Hello, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden here, back in the saddle. Did you miss me? Just came back from a longevity seminar series down in Miami. Had some more fun in Miami, and then further on down, almost all the way to the equator, to Trinidad. I'd like to give a shout out to everybody in Trinidad that put the event on, especially Joseph and Ryan, and of course Raul and Alina in Miami, who are making a big noise down in Miami. We had a lot of fun. A lot of people came to both events, helped a lot of people, showed a lot of people our message of health recovery through medical nutrition, and are starting to take off. We are making a difference. This company is making a difference. This message is starting to get traction. This is the most effective, best medical nutrition interventions I have ever seen in over 24 years of clinical work. The Dr. Wallach's company, Longevity, has put together science-based, clinically verified alternatives to drugs and surgery which support and promote the body's ability to fix itself, and which people can use to help themselves recover their health in the face of most chronic diagnoses. High blood pressure, heart disease, chronic fatigue, arthritis, osteoporosis, insomnia, anxiety and panic attacks. You name it, we have therapeutics which support and promote the different parts of your body that are affected or afflicted by these diseases. And you know, when you tell somebody the truth has a particular ring to it. And people, that resonates with people. And all that we need to do in order to spread this message of health recovery through medical nutrition is tell the truth. That's all that we do. We're not selling anything. We're just telling people the way that it is, telling people the truth of the matter. That if you have high blood pressure, it's not caused by a hydrochlorothiazide deficiency. If you have arthritis, it's not because you have a bad gene. If you're African American and have congestive heart failure or type 2 diabetes, it's not because you have a bad gene like your doctor told you that you do. If you have an autoimmune disease, the presence of the autoimmune antibody isn't the cause of the disease, it's the result of the disease. The cause of the disease is chronic nutrient deficiencies inside the human body. No different than your automobile, for goodness sake. Your car runs out of oil, the engine seizes. It's that simple. And by the way, do you put oil in the car before the engine seizes or after it seizes? Well, you put it in before. Well, that's all that we do. We provide nutrients to your body. The 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, and 3 essential fatty acids, which provide your body with all of the fundamental raw materials that your body needs in order to fix itself. This is all we do for everything. And today, I would like to talk a little bit about arthritis, because it is such a prevalent illness here in the United States. I've spoken about the statistics about arthritis before. We're not going to go over that again. We're not going to beat that dead horse. But what I do want to talk about is what we can do right now, today, in order to support and promote your body's ability to maintain and fix bones, joints, ligaments, and tendons, because your body has the ability to do that. There are cells in your body called osteoblasts, and the osteoblast's job is to lay down new bone. There's another set of cells in your body called osteoclast, and it's the osteoclast's job to chew up old bone. And this process is happening all of the time. Your body is chewing up old bone and laying down new bone. Chewing up old bone, laying down new bone. Chewing up old bone, laying down new bone, all of the time. And when your body develops an arthritic condition or osteoporosis, let's talk about osteoporosis first. When your body develops osteoporosis, the doctors, the MD's therapeutic intervention for you is to give you a drug in a category of drugs called bisphosphonates, and the most common ones are Fosamax or Boniva. These are drugs called bisphosphonates. And how Fosamax and Boniva work is by putting to sleep the cells that chew up old bone. So the osteoblasts, which chew up the old bone, are put to sleep. So what happens? Well, when you take Fosamax or Boniva, old bone accumulates in the bone. And remember, the body was trying to get rid of the old bone in the first place, but now you take the drug puts those cells to sleep, so old bone accumulates in your bones. And this makes your DEXA scan look better. This makes your bone density test look better because there's more bone in your bone now than there was 3 months ago. But the bone that's in your bone now, from the action of the drug, is old bone that your body was trying to get rid of in the first place. Now, the MD does not believe in the wisdom of the body. The MD has no notion of, intelligence. It can't conceptualize the fact that your body actually has a clue and that your body actually knows what it's doing, because your MD believes that they are smarter than God and smarter than nature. So the MD has no problem at all with putting to sleep the cells in your body that the job of which is to chew up old bone. They have no problem doing this whatsoever. So that's what they do. So now you've got old bone accumulating in your bones. And after 4, 5, 6 years, you have so much old bone in your bone from taking these drugs for 4, 5, 6, 7 years that your bones start to spontaneously break. And this is one of the newest sets of class action lawsuits against drug companies. It's called spontaneous fracture lawsuits, caused by Fosamax and Boniva. This is why you don't see Sally Field on TV anymore pitching Boniva, because Boniva hurts you. Fosamax hurts you. These drugs hurt you. You know what one of the leading causes of side effects of Boniva was? Your face falls off. That's right. Your face falls off. Yeah, and I'm the quack, right? Boniva, one of the side effects of Boniva is jaw necrosis, which means your jaw actually dissolves and melts and decays. And, of course, your jaw holds your face on your body, so your face falls off. And then you need all this expensive plastic reconstructive surgery so you don't look like a freak when you're walking down the street, all brought to you by bus driver MD. And yet we continue to go to them for our health care. So you take a drug that prevents your body from getting rid of old bone, and then even though your bone density looks better, your bones actually start to break with a greater degree of frequency, which is what you were trying to prevent with osteoporosis in the first place. That's what you were trying to prevent. But the drug that you delivered actually made that part of the illness worse. It made that part of the illness worse. And yet, we don't bat an eyelash. We continue to give these people our hard-earned health dollars in medical insurance premiums every month. Oh, please, doctor, give me some more of that face fall-off medicine. I really need it. Give me some more of that Coumadin rat poison, doc. I really need it. How about some horse hormones? Come on, baby. Lay them on me. I really need that stuff. Yeah, I don't think so. It's a similar process with arthritis, right? Your body is chewing up old bone and laying down new bone all of the time, and when your body runs out of the raw materials that it needs to lay down new bone, lay down new cartilage, it can't make new bone and it can't make new cartilage. Why? Because your body cannot magically create stuff. Your body can't create calcium out of thin air. Your body can't create sulfur out of thin air. Your body can't do anything out of thin air. Your body can only work with the raw materials that it has in-house. And if it runs out, it can't do anything. So when your body runs out of minerals and runs out of sulfur-bearing molecules, things like glucosamine sulfate and chondroitin sulfate and another curious little nutrient called hyaluronic acid, when it runs out of these things, when it can't make these things, when it runs out of them, or it doesn't have the stuff it needs to make them, your joints start to get old and decrepit. It's the same way with your car. You don't tune the car up. You don't give it new oil, new transmission fluid, new air in the tires. It's going to break down. Well, your joints break down when your body runs out of the stuff it needs to fix them. And yet the MD treats arthritis not by giving the body the nutrients that it needs so it can fix the joint. They treat arthritis with anti-inflammatories and pain medications. Anti-inflammatories cause people to gain weight. Pain medications will kill you. And in the best case scenario, if you do not develop any net negative side effects from pain medications, which is rare because most pain medications are replete with side effects, which is why they're always trying to find a new pain medication, like Enbrel, which was supposed to be the savior of the world because it had no side effects. Enbrel had none of the side effects of any of the other pain meds, except for one, death, right? You took that stuff and it killed you. Wouldn't hurt your stomach, wouldn't hurt your liver, but you'd die from it. And this is what we consider the best medicine in the world. So the MD's treatment for arthritis is to manage your symptoms with pain medications and anti-inflammatory medications until your joints get so bad that they can march in and give you a new knee, a new hip, a titanium hip, a titanium knee, a titanium shoulder. They can just march in and give you a fake joint, and this is what passes in the United States of America for the best medical care in the world. We have become hypnotized, ladies and gentlemen, by 100 years of this nonsense into thinking that the MD knows what's best for us. But the truth of the matter is that your MD only knows what they have been trained in. And as it turns out, what they have been trained in, pharmaceutical medicine and surgical intervention, the management of disease, is the leading cause of death in this country. Let's all get a clue, take our vitamins and minerals, and recover our health. Hey, take your vitamins, ladies and gentlemen. Take your minerals. Take your amino acids. Take your essential fatty acids. Eliminate the 10 deadly foods from your diet. Live long and prosper. It's that easy. Fire your MD now. Go to fireyourmdnow.com. Please opt in for my free monthly email newsletter. And my system will automatically send you the 10 bad food lists, and I'll also send you a link to a video I produced called Against the Grain, which walks you through why, imagine this, wheat, barley, rye, and oats are 4 of the worst foods that anybody can eat. Newsflash. Stop eating whole grains. Stop it. Who told you to eat whole grains? The people that made whole grains. You want to find out why whole grains are bad? Go to fireyourmdnow.com. Opt in for my free newsletter, and I'll send you a link to a video that explains it. You can be watching that in 2 minutes from now. Check it out. Opt in for the health recovery newsletter that I have, the online health recovery program that I have. We do live webinars twice a week, live chat, archived webinars, archived health recovery reports. We've got all kinds of stuff that you can access today, right now, in order to increase your knowledge base so that you can effectively approach your genetic potential of 120 years of age with health. Our goal is to help you live younger, longer. And like my colleague Dr. Wallach says, at the time of your death, there should only be 2 documents in your health chart, a birth certificate and a death certificate. Because the only reason that we develop a chronic illness most of the time is because our bodies have run out of the stuff they need to maintain their health. 855-347-3696 is the number to call if you're listening to the podcast. It's 855-347-3696 is the number after the live show if you're listening to the podcast. And if you would like to speak to me live on today's program or any live program, that number, 866-582-9933. That's 866-582-9933. And we're going right to the phones right now to talk to Linda about arthritis. Linda, welcome aboard. You are live.
Thank you. I'm calling in regards to my husband. He has had cortisone, steroid shots in his clavicle twice because of the pain that he's had, probably due to because he was doing something with wood and he was in injury is what they think what happened there. He's also got arthritis in his hands and in his big toe. in his back probably a little bit, and then he's had surgery on his knee because he had a torn meniscus, and he's got high blood pressure, he's got ringing in the ears, he has macular degeneration of the eye, and he's got fungus, he's got jock itch he's had all his life. He's also O-type blood. Now, does O-type blood have anything to do with any of this, do you think?
I know. No, it does not. The guy that wrote the blood type book is a colleague of mine, Peter D'Adamo. He developed his theory based on his father's research, and Peter D'Adamo, in my opinion, has gotten he's bitten off a piece of the truth. But in my opinion, the problem that exists there is that he believes it's all of the truth, and that everything is caused by eating foods that are inappropriate for your blood type, and it's just not correct. So no, your husband's conditions here are all different arms of the same octopus. The arthritis, the meniscus weakness and the tearing of the meniscus, the high blood pressure, the ringing in the ears, these are all chronic mineral deficiencies, specifically calcium and magnesium and some sulfur-bearing molecules, and it segues perfectly into what I was talking about in the monologue at the beginning. Arthritis happens when the bones and the joints lose their structural integrity because they have run out of the raw materials that they need to stay healthy. And that's calcium and magnesium plus a handful of other minerals mostly. The leading cause of high blood pressure from a nutritional point of view is not enough calcium and magnesium. So there you go, calcium and magnesium again. The leading cause of tinnitus or ringing in the ears is osteoporosis of the skull, which is not nearly as bad as it sounds, but again, that's calcium and magnesium deficiency. The same thing that's going on in his joints is going on in his skull, and that's what's causing the osteoporosis. That's not helping the macular degeneration. But macular degeneration most of the time is caused by too many free radicals in his body, too many molecules that are causing oxidative damage, and not enough of a mineral selenium and not enough antioxidants. So if he cleans up his diet and starts to give his body bone nutrients, he should expect a resolution of most, if not all, of these conditions. So stay tuned. I'll tell you what I would specifically recommend. Gentlemen, Dr. Peter Glidden, 866-582-9933. That's 866-582-9933. Give me a call. Why don't you? And we'll talk all about your health concerns. And I'll bring you up to speed what you can do right now with science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition to support and promote the ability of your body to fix itself. Why? Because it can. And it's the smart thing to do. We're talking to Linda about her husband, who's really just, starting to come apart at the seams here. Arthritis, torn meniscus, hypertension, ringing in the ears, macular degeneration, fungal infections his whole life, and pain in the clavicle so bad he's got to get cortisone shots. For goodness sake, lions and tigers and bears, oh my. What next, Linda? What next? Well, I'm going to tell you what next. There are over 278 diseases that are caused by not enough calcium, and that is the operative thing here going on for your husband. Now, with this holistic approach, we never just give one nutrient because that's a fool's errand. Nutrition in the body is a complex, holistic thing. You need everything, not just a lot of one thing. If you take a lot of one thing, you're going to upset the apple cart. So we never, ever just give calcium. We always give all 90 essential nutrients in doses appropriate for body weight, and then a little bit of extra stuff as necessary, depending on the part of the body that we're trying to support and promote. So this begs the question, Linda, how much does your husband weigh?
He weighs about 170, but he's got diverticulitis, and he's had hernia surgeries as well.
Yeah, so he must have really good medical insurance.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right? Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, he has really good medical insurance, so they're looking at him like he's an ATM machine. Yep. And they're just going to keep cutting. They're going to keep doing whatever they want to do. in order to, get milk as much out of him as they possibly can, and he's going to go from the frying pan right into the fire. So here's what I would recommend that you do with him, or that he do, for 90 days.
Okay.
All right, and, like the fella said, there's a reason for everything, and from the proper perspective, everything makes sense. So when we are attempting to support the body's ability to fix itself, that's not going to happen overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day, but it was built. So because he has so many conditions here, he's going to have to wait 3 months. He's going to have to give this program 90 days before he judges it up or down one way or the other. Give it 90 days before you judge it up or down one way or the other. Now, it is entirely possible that he will start to feel better within 7 days. But you should be committed to this program going into it for 3 months, because it might take 4, 5, 6 weeks for this to start to roll around and produce a positive result. You never know, but in any event, what I'm trying to say is it takes longer to fix something than it does to just medicate a symptom into submission with a drug, right? So 90 days should be the commitment here if you're really at all serious about helping him to get better. So here's what I would recommend that he does every month for 3 months. It would be 2. Now, he's in pain, right, because he had to get that cortisone shot, so I'm assuming pain is a big part of this. Is that correct?
Yes, and it affects his neck as well. It's been probably 6 months since he's had that shot, maybe even 8 months, but he's had it a couple of times. But it still is bothering him, and he's a factory worker, so he's constantly with his arms up and, building things with his arms. Yeah,
okay, good. One of our distributors in upstate New York, his name is Bernie Owens. He used to work at a factory, and he had really bad joint pain himself, and he was going to take early retirement. He went on board this program that I'm going to outline for your husband, and by the end of the year, because he had such a remarkable recovery, and everybody in the factory knew him, right? It's one big happy family when you're a factory worker. By the end of the year, everybody in that factory was taking the nutritional supplements because they saw what a remarkable thing it did for Bernie. And that's it's one of my favorite longevity testimonials of all time, because one person had, just by way of example, changed the lives of thousands of people in the course of 12 months. It was really great. So I expect the same thing to happen to your hubby. So here's what I'm going to recommend to support and promote the health of his skeleton. It's 2 healthy bone and joint packs per month. 2 healthy bone and joint packs per month. 2 bottles of plant-derived minerals per month.
On the bottle itself?
Yeah, it'll say plant-derived minerals. And I'll give you a number that you can call to get the wholesale price on this, and the folks will help you point you in the right direction for how to do this. Okay, 2 healthy bone and joint packs, 2 bottles of plant-derived minerals, and 3 bottles of ultimate selenium per month. All right, that's what I want him to do every month for 3 months. Now, what we're attempting to do here is fill up a nutritional bucket in his body. He doesn't really have a bucket in his body, but it's a good metaphor. So while we're putting the nutrients into the bucket, we want to plug the leaks in the bottom of the bucket so that the stuff that we're putting in the top just doesn't leak out the bottom before his body can use it.
Mm-hmm.
Because he has, what was the gut problem that he had? Colitis? Did he have colitis?
Diverticulitis. It's in his colon.
Yeah, okay. So because of that, plus also because he has a number of chronic illnesses, he's got macular degeneration. He's got ringing in the ears. He's got high blood pressure. He's got arthritis. He's got a lot of things going on. What he must do in addition to taking the nutritional supplements every day is he has to stop eating food that's punching holes in the bottom of that tank. If he doesn't clean his diet up and stop eating these 10 bad foods, he should not expect remarkable improvement. He'll get improvement, but he should not expect remarkable improvement until he plugs those leaks. Now, to get a list of the 10 bad foods that we recommend everybody stop eating, please visit my website. It's easy to do, and it's free. It's fireyourmdnow.com. fireyourmdnow.com, and right there on the front page you can opt in to my free monthly email newsletter. And when you opt in for the newsletter, all you do is give me your name and your email address. Don't even have to give me your full name. Just give me one name, right? Linda. And then your email address. My system will send you a link to a page on my website that has the 10 bad foods listed, a document you can download for free, and a little video that I produce that explains why. Because in this regard, a little bit of education goes a long, long way. So go to the website, opt in for the email list. Have him and you, by the way, it would be a good idea for you also to avoid these 10 bad foods. Stop eating these 10 foods. Take the nutritional supplements and call me back in 90 days with a report. And here's the number you can call to get the wholesale price on these items and get started. It's 855. It's toll free, by the way, 855-347-3696. That's 855-347-3696. So give it a try, Linda, and give me a call back. If anything goes wrong, if there's any trouble whatsoever, just call me back. I'll work it out with you. There's never any trouble here because these are essential nutrients that the body needs in order to fix itself. Give me a call back, charting his progress about halfway through, and then at the end of 90 days, and life is going to be good again for your husband. Thank you so much for the call and so much for the trust and your patience in waiting to talk to me. We're going right now to David, who's calling in with a question about food intolerance. David, welcome aboard. You are live.
Hi, Doc. I was the guy calling you a couple of weeks ago about the palpitations and the bad nerve.
Yeah.
I found out it's not that. It's not being able to breathe at night in my sleep was causing the palpitations. I used nose strips, and they went away. I had to use 3 of those strips last night just to get through the night, though. Now, I talked to pharmacist Ben, and he said that the low O2 oxygen is what's causing my severe adrenal suppression, probably. I'm wondering what's a good learning source for deep breathing exercises.
Yoga. Yeah, and I don't know if are you Catholic or Christian?
I'm Christian, so I was just going to say I'm not a yoga guy. If you know.
All right. Okay. Well, look, there's something that you need to understand. A number of years ago, and I don't know the relationship between Christians and Roman Catholics. I don't really get into those distinctions too much. It kind of seems to me like everybody should be on the same team anyway. But a number of years, every year, the Pope writes something, and there's a Latin name for it, like the papal fiat or something. That's not the term, but the Pope writes a message for humanity, right, once a year. And I believe it was 5 years ago, in his yearly message for the world, the Catholic Pope was espousing the benefits of yoga and the virtues of yoga and meditation, and encouraging Roman Catholics to check it out. So it's got the thumbs up from the Pope, no kidding. And, there are a number of different aspects of yoga. There's, the meditative aspect, there's the prayer aspect, there's the yoga aspect, and the yoga aspect is 100% physical. And there are 2 branches to the 100% physical. It doesn't get into the metaphysics at all of the yoga part of it. And one part is the physical calisthenics, which are the yoga exercises that everybody's familiar with now in this country. But the other aspect is the breathing exercises. The yogis are the experts in the world for breathing exercises. And if you want to perfect the art of breathing, then it's my advice that you visit, get a yoga book, get a book on yoga. You don't even have to go to a class. You can just get a book. You could even go online probably and check it out for free. The term, the technical term that the yogis use to describe their breathing techniques is called pranayama. And that's P like Peter, R-A-N-A, Y-A-M-A, pranayama, P-R-A-N-A-Y-A-M-A. Say that 10 times fast. But check it out. I've been doing it since I was 12 years old. don't worry. You're not going to go to hell if you do pranayama or yoga, and you're not going to grow, an 11th finger. It's really good stuff. And the proof of the pudding's in the eating. And for goodness sake, if it's good enough for the Pope, it is good enough for me. Thank you so much for calling, David. I appreciate it. And by the way, interesting advice about those breathing strips. And this is one of the great things about this approach, ladies and gentlemen, because we learn as we go, right? I mean, when was the last time you were able to tell your doctor something and he took it seriously? He thanked you for it, and then he's going to use it with his next patient. I'll tell you how many times. Never. But now if somebody has palpitations, especially if they're palpitations at night, I'm going to tell them to try a breathing strip. Because it worked for David, it's probably going to work for them. And this is how we progress, hand in hand, instead of at each other's throats. This is another reason to become a Longevity member, another reason to join our merry band of men and women. Because we support each other. We hold each other's hands. We've got each other's backs. And we are the most open-minded physicians you are ever going to meet in the world. And the nicest group of human beings, by the way. The nicest group of human beings. We're all in this together, ladies and gentlemen. And remember what Benjamin Franklin said. We better hang together, or most assuredly we will hang individually. Welcome back, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden. Let's tie it all up. Put a nice little bow on it, shall we? We started talking about osteoporosis and arthritis, which from our point of view are just, the same thing. And it's nutrient deficiencies. In one case, it's affecting the bones in osteoporosis because the bones have run out of their raw materials. And in the other case, it's the joints, which is really just another part of the bone because it's run out of its raw materials. And this is the deal. You don't have osteoporosis because you have a Fosamax deficiency. You don't have osteoporosis or arthritis because you have a bad gene. You certainly don't have a voodoo curse. Your body has just run out of what it needs to keep that part of your body healthy. Hallelujah, and pass the hat. It's that simple. So what do? Well, here's what we do. Remember, healing is easy. Surgery is complicated. Surgery is difficult. Surgery demands medical education and medical training. Healing does not. Healing is easy. Your body knows how to fix itself. Your body wants to fix itself. Your body can fix itself. Your body needs the raw materials necessary to fix itself. So what do? We give your body the raw materials that it needs to fix itself and then get the hell out of the way. That's what we do. So if you are suffering from osteoporosis or osteoarthritis, in order to support and promote the health of your bones and joints, here's what I recommend. 1 healthy start pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month. 1 healthy start pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month. 1 bottle of selenium, ultimate selenium, per 50 pounds of body weight per month, not to exceed 4 bottles a month. So if you're 300 pounds, just take 4 bottles a month. Stop at 4 bottles a month of the ultimate selenium. In addition to that, you take your total body weight, round it up to the next whole number, divide by 10. Multiply that number by 30, and that's how many capsules of glucogel you need a month. So it is 1 capsule of glucogel per 10 pounds of body weight per month. So you take your body weight and divide by 10. So if you're 150 pounds, 150 divided by 10 is 15. That means you need 15 glucogel capsules a day. 15 glucogel capsules a day times 30 days in a month is 450 total capsules per month. So you would buy 2 bottles of glucogel at the 240 count. You'll have 480 capsules. You'll have 30 extra capsules at the end of the month. That's pretty good because you're just going to need to roll that into the next month anyway. So it's 1 healthy start pack and 1 bottle of ultimate selenium, or 1 healthy start pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month, 1 bottle of ultimate selenium per 50 pounds of body weight per month, and 1 glucogel capsule per 10 pounds of body weight per day. That's a really good place to start. Now, if you want to take a walk on the wild side and accelerate healing, to that program add 1 bottle of plant-derived minerals, per 100 pounds of body weight per month. 1 bottle of plant-derived minerals per 100 pounds of body weight per month. And if there is pain present, get something called CM cream, like Charlie Michaels, CM cream, and apply that topically. That's a non-addictive, non-harmful anti-inflammatory pain relief medicine. It's great. Most of the time, the CM cream, when applied topically over joints that are painful, it knocks the pain down considerably for 2, 3, 4 hours. So if pain is a big part of your arthritic or osteoporotic or musculoskeletal condition, get the CM cream and apply it topically. You will know in 60 minutes whether it's working or not. Usually most people know in 30 minutes. But give it an hour, just because some of you might be a little more thick-skinned than others. So that's it, folks. I mean, that's all that we do, right? You don't have to spend thousands of dollars on medical consultations. You do not need to go to the orthopedic surgeon. You do not need to go to the joint specialist. You do not need to go to Arizona to, the best knee replacement specialist in town. All you need to do is give your body what it needs to fix itself and get the heck out of the way and let it fix itself. It's that easy. You want help buying this stuff? You want to know how to get it at the wholesale price? 855-347-3696. That's the number to call. Or just go to fireyourmdnow.com, click on the longevity button, and then hit the Buy Now button. It's easy. Life is good, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your friendly neighborhood naturopath, Dr. Peter Glidden, reminding you, take your vitamins, clean up your diet, live long, and prosper. See you tomorrow.